Enti world order. It's a politics, it's a business, and your friends a historical religion. Native. Enti mgoba say just enra and Israel and Iran base omoko.
Okay.
Very simple. Israel since gaining independence. Me find say onyan recognition from United States say or your man. There was this issue ane hangi. Israel. Ne state mienu. And I say man be a daho. Arab for fan, Jewish for fan. Nti ebe find say Israelis for fan and Palestinians for fan. But the bar say or more recognize woman a true man time. Na anka was say ebia or more recognize the two countries, you know. Say obia your mind, also your man. Anko Banisa obia nim the mind of true man, then the American president. Koba say or my Israelis or the Israelites, or come on say I recognize as a state.
Okay.
And then the Koba say Palestine for no so omunim or state and now we state. And Israel for chichi omo mind. I fancy me a country.
Okay.
Chichi omo eko join UN. Chichi countries ni be unrecognized because not some of the countries of the world were saying say I say you recognize omo mienu.
Okay.
Sa entawa no na awo from that time from 1948. Wow. A belly do bedroom baby say Israel for say okay sa na tell the Palestine for kwano assassin kwano ye near their moon free ho. A bedroom baby a Palestine for which I say in the olden days historically biblically momo ko ya moko Egypt no okonso ankwaso mobile near waha te mobile back in the near man baby and indeed the story is woman ya for Israeli Arabs Israelis especially the Palestine hono omina ya for Arab ni bi open so or sasa do biano or the Jewish language no and I said the Aramaic no and obia so on so Jew ni biano most of them ni nyina so te Arab just say onka and that word is obi ni nua nyina wo different countries but on the scale no nyina asase ba ko so no more and where we are now no politics and this anyama we buy say wohwe the whole Arabian Peninsula the Middle East no America I want any business kase America oni to me too much European so and any business too much Europe so them business pa American any oil trading in Yamanima Middle East wa no nso who say Middle East one the strongest ally English country our Middle East here back up Israel enti hona omwo no na American say na downfall ni nua ni bibia no and the same man na ho no and the build say in the 1964-67 mo Arab for no Palestine for no e benyu obi to say yes Arafat
okay
e bedu ni mreso no and also there be say ye ne ayonkra Israeli passport yen so a Palestine passport ye ni bi Israel say me recognize you as a nation United Nations American force there be ye mamunye country munye nru ho but we population and no mukura any omudodo any bibia so ye bia they can also function as a state
okay
but oma makwan and the UN yes ye mamon ka ho and namuna Palestine ombeti PLO but before PLO no na a organization back Palestinian Popular Liberation Front and anewo ho
okay
omo de an say no me nationalist Palestinian say Israel for kra no omutim no mo transase no so then you masase omo nko enu ne didi mu a omo be yes so hwe the Entebbe raid 1976 more baby no sa group na ta na nye the Arafat but na yes Arafat nso so wo ho woni Israel abenya ntokwa ne friend Israeli Arab war Palestine war no no makoko bia enti na akwede se omo brande ni na world order wiase brande se Palestine so no omo ye rebels omo ye terrorists and the brande yes Arafat a hodo nam fi said the world did not do it well enti betwa so from Benjamin at time ABC Godamaya time no Israeli Prime Minister so by another donor believe say Israel the state Palestine here recognize you but Palestine didn't have anything only police only post office only airport only your friends port only BBR so it has been a problem say sorry they cross the strip no akwa ye adwuma Jerusalem Israel almost more other part of the Hebron and other places no koye adwuma no ma back until they were seen more or less as Israel for Omo Nkwa. This has been the position. And then I didn't talk and it started. And I thought into prime minister after prime minister, prime minister after prime minister. Obiaba on any becon, on any bay. But a bedu Israel, Omo parties be a Mapi, and no independent party. And ye Kadima, and Yemina. Na Kadima ni Yemina no. Banjuro party no by Mapi, and an independent party no. On a near conservative non tenure mass into a near Sarah Fatumo, a bear problems in the fine. And Tibedu time Israel Subinya Labour Party, and ye benya Alignment Labour, and ye benya Yes Atid, and ye babinya Liquid. Na Liquid for no. Omne Israel hardliners. So mude Yampeneso. But Labour for no leading from Godamaya, our trials for best 30 peace. Say yet country in you no be antran baby no. And no Omantia say Odim say 5 years will be a year no. If we Godamaya time no, the next Israeli Prime Minister or buyer or an say Obe send Obe Endeman any Shak Rabin. And the Shak Rabin idea or no ne Yesarafat a year handshake or the Oslo Accord.
And assume ye beba
forever. And what Tia said. Under the presidency, my best in the history of America was Clinton. As Clinton no broke side deal no. Emma omunina kushia and omusa ba Washington as abishia be have a handshake. And don't prepare BBA. And to the best of everybody in the world understanding that two party state no. Ayejuma. More or less. Na no so Israel for Brand Arafat so a rebel Israeli defense no mubekuno omba Tunisia how cry say ankomba bebekuno yes Arafat generals no bekumo Tunisia Hamamet Hamamlef and onu nya ni team did mti yes Arafat there no it was seen as ordained send us be liberating nko for no and obenya the marching partner no so te omo course na se Ishak Rabin and Rabin ni Arafat yes peace no na ebedu omo election time ama Rabin be rolu that time na they were preparing the two states Israel one state and na yenhu baby afia a hardliner a 25-year-old boy Yigalamia who was a law student. I was in Israel in that city at that very day at the Takanamba Gaziba Bia a unity place in our Tel Aviv. November 4th, 1995. I was in Israel. So Shababia Obia campaign days our platform. Shimon Peres or Ehud Omet or Ehud Barak or Ariel Sharon, Israel Penyumfo now. It was something like a rally leading to the next day na nkomo ba be day omo ba be ma Palestine for anya hoto. Meanwhile that time no na yes Arafat Israeli Defense Force no there oma keji no kra oma no kwan emani pie because they did the hardliners no omo so omo mpene. Yegaramia was in the pool of people and I said a war campaign as and rally as and etimi shoot from the public. Emma Wankumo Bia Negano was able to take Ishak Rabin down and instantly killed him.
Wow.
And to Owuyano, that rally no everything grounded. Like I said, everything I Clinton Asabe reverse.
Yes.
Until that time no it was Labour. A Labour Party of Israel no. And then until now Omo Prime Minister we are now onwie until Shimon Peres now Oye the foreign minister at the time no on the be take the mantle. Shimon Peres no eba be call just 1 year and a Liquid Party for no. And now because American Republicans and I say the Nationalist Party no almost sorry. Until was say Shimon Peres try say Uncle Bema also be twasu nko maye no and a 1 year time omo call Israeli Knesset omo cabinet no omo vote out and a Bibi Netanyahu obaye 1996 obedi 3 years o call ye no and a Ehud Baye Ehud Barak Baye no any Omet Baye and o sa ba biem 2009 from 2009 to 2016 or sa hosa Bibi Netanyahu na do mo ye say Liquid Party anytime a Liquid baba bia no se Prime Minister ampeso transo cha o yusu the fight with Palestine, because Israeli parliamentary and the national law, no, whenever Israel the trigger of alarm in the air said the country will raise the security bar now, you can't have any elections. Until liquid for no bar, they create that kind of emergencies. Say a country in air con, and I want to quack. Sana tear there and yadia, you beat me a cop. Until nona today's Bibi Netanyahu or the free power. O free 1999 acquire now or Luba Saba 2013 or Ditina. But let us not forget something. One him for anything and to Koya Bidu. Actually, say you're free, it could be Hamas.
Yeah, Hamas.
Hamas, you know, almost branding as terrorist organization.
Yeah.
But that terrorist organization, Nanya Israel and no Hamas was created by the Israelis themselves.
Okay.
Israeli intelligence they created Mossad for they created Hamas within Palestine. Say omun frustrated Yasser Arafat. Say yeah, ultimately the independent for the Palestinian people.
Wow.
Until Hamas for started in 1987 now establish Hamas no more rather than a radical group be Israel for the training woman no de Yasser Arafat.
Ti atamfo abehye yemu e na omaye omo se omo kan ye ho e na omo san opposite
with him.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, bunker no ne amra na wasi on. Yasser Arafat didn't have that money and that women need that technology on besa. Israel is not a yema wom. Nti no mun so na timi making sure say Yasser Arafat any independence. Emuna Yasser Arafat ebewu ye no. And Israel for say Hamas will give in. What you say? So okay, yan ya temo, yan ya titemo. Ade na ya hwehwe ne nsaka. Entom kwanka say independence no. Afi do mo mpe. So a turn around by the Hamas and also so a 10 year against Israel said there be ya cried here no chair Yasser Arafat no papa and no from 19 it is Hamas any Israel and Tokwan.
Wow.
Whilst this was going on at the same agency the same team no and they called Hezbollah.
Okay.
Emma so called Lebanon no so a fight say ya independence of Emma so.
Wow.
And this is a case, a clear case. Omwa the kreti sadia no. Ena Bibi Netanyahu wabedi ade 2 times ko. Ada Ehud Barak mo ne yimo Ehud Omet mo aba eko. But enam say liquid baby antokwa omne Hamas kuma ni di prolong no. Enom de Netanyahu saba 2022. But let us not forget before 2022 you be starting nanko obeko jail because no aye corruption practices be in 2016 mo nanko om de ni ko jail na otimi nya ayi your friend is saying onya parliamentary approval on say Israel om ko parliamentary so shift om ye nipa 15 ko one side kra na say ye switch prime minister and okonya alignment ahasia ebaka chess alliance and otimi ya de ebeye obey prime minister no and no ye na dwen say wanya nko jail dia as otimi try na oma Israelites no say no or ye bema and or this start here and the start was start here no na or ye amenesi say ne brother no me anuafo mienu Yonahan Netanyahu and a Bibi Netanyahu Yohan no na epanyin no no na in 1976 time Israeli your friends the Palestinian Liberation Force for no omo kidnap Israelites ewo Air France so edum kogu Uganda no the brother ni Kubi on na ye the Israeli commando on na head nipa 103 rescue no the brother ni the commandos no kwa no onu nko ni wiye into 48 years oko celebrate by no like say ni bre no aba because claim say Palestine for na ye ma ni brother no you could me one na nye Palestine for no kwa na 2 Palestinians and 2 Germans Wilfred Bozer and Kuma na Kuma na oba om na ni om kwa ye sade no Israeli commandos come tim kum om and om kum Ugandan army 45 what you then say and the brother na brewa bi ananko om ye ko rescue no om kum ni brother no or celebrating no 48 years from 1970 any last year meant no celebrate year no they started Hamas and Tokwan.
Wow.
But what you then say and premeditated predestined our ho okay name generally Iran comes in say Hezbollah Hamas and your friends say PLO omu kire say all the terrorist branded rebellion activities are called within the Arabian Peninsula. No, say Iran and the mom training.
Okay.
Iran the mom weapons.
Okay.
Iran the mom way. But that is not even the case. Only meaning said, Usha said there was a time Iran in Iraq ebenya war.
Yeah.
Iraq war.
Iran Iraq.
Yes.
Yeah.
Iran Iraq war.
Yeah.
Also mbakunye controversially no na American support to Iraq. At a point na Israel support Iran. Na omu yes anti Iran Iraq war no. Saddam Hussein eko gase with nuclear.
Yeah.
Eko she Iranians. And Iranians who bent a sa nuclear proliferations no. Omu nuclear challenges no buy.
Okay.
Until Ushema at that time Saddam Hussein no was American ally. Na American for penasem.
Okay.
Against Iran.
Yeah.
Yangu 10 of event santo kwale be die no ema Iran ni Iraq kra no ebe solve wo muntem kakra ema asundue bai ena afi ne koba said the Republic of Iran Arab for ni nyina ne American for ama Arab for ne believe say terrorism rebellion any dash al Qaeda ni adadinga Iran for and support whereas umu blame Saudi Arabia say Saudi Arabia and a Al Qaeda other than American for anko bomber and as omni Al Qaeda anko but Iran there almost man say yesum ne ma Hezbollah training yesum ne ma Hamas training yesum ne say like say sa feed into the mind but idea ne say nuclear programs and Iran ekoso in Iran kwan no nuclear warheads onye bi ne dia no onye developing way Israel na mo no nuclear heads ni bi France will be Paris will be UK will be London will be Russia will be China will be India also will be Japan but will be Japan or one there a lot of countries are South Korea North Korea mo nyina warheads ni bi and will be bebusa say one day determine say who there who pen ne crowd ne there what they try but we pen it there or they try and yet this is what we are and I'm not so and say American government Obama and the Bush brandy Iran say or support to anything nuclear warehouse no so benya nuclear na or the bidding some money and na Iran so ampa so makan way back in the 70s way back in the 80s Palestine Israeli Arab war no na Iran on home Israeli Arab war in 1976 you know Israel or Jordan or Egypt and or Syria boom and on no 6 days and this one Minecraft in 450 6 days and no ma American President Jimmy Carter on the Walter Mondale the vice you know or when the team broke up peace 1976 and 78 to 79 no and no year the Camp David Accord and ma kwama Egypt in Israel talk try and Israel no kro on Egypt na no moko and is Jordan ko on Syria no ko and tokwa no how say Iran crowd on man peninsula anymore on no Persian Gulf and we so Arabian peninsula anymore then na hon and tokwa ne ba like I said Oma accuse you say omo support to
but from where you sit you know accusations a false and could it be right true or false
whether it is true or not there are a lot of organizations that were branded ANC was branded as terrorism SWAPO Sam Nujuma Namibia it was branded Samora Machel Mozambique was branded Congo are you getting me you can name them all of them branded as what so be no independent be but on Iran there they are just being accused say or ye nuclear heads and ye manning ye into omra table beginning no say no I no any chrome or a sovereign nation or makwama international atomic or mahome bibia na or ye ne sa de putu fear eman hu ye hu say bi kwa na nuclear heads why it is not different from the Saddam Hussein President Clinton and Tony Blair accuses Saddam Hussein or nuclear. Obakai. International Atomic Energy for no so kwa say omu believe so develop we but time American for ko kromon say banchi kwa no oni bi ho and omdi ko to Saddam based on the same nuclear suspicions and the same nuclear suspicions no Iran say yes one de oye ne dia but ne dia no for peace na enya nwanwa say International Atomic Agency Europeans brokered the deal between the Americans, Israelis, and the world, and the United Nations. After Bama Kwama Mabakruma Beshase, your nuclear Libya. As we speak, eya aye no omo krom ho eno ne ha Iranian say ye ma kwan ne mu nyina na ha nti program e nyina ma hu nti na bibia ba nam kro mu nti meka sampa na bibi say ni ha but President Trump the first part obaye after Obama no obaye no or try say obedi that time wanya aggressive because one no only bibi Netanyahu we are no problem. He had a problem with him because I said one American committee troops and support Israel over the Iranian affair. And the turn around time now, no, isn't it surprising? Say the same person now can say Oni Netanyahu any problem no. Now no, he's in the good books of Bibi Netanyahu. Netanyahu branding say Trump is the best president of the United States of all times. Wow. And he say politics. Politics is saying yes, Israel or see ni fear our region mu ni fear nyina ni Israel any Iran ni fear ni nyina ni say Hezbollah no one ne kon ne weapons Ukraine no ombe weapon nyina na made in Israel Iran ombe weapons nyina Hamas na made in Iran and to feel say Iran a threat and no decide say obokwa hit on Iran. Wow. But whilst doing this no na UN General Assembly
yes
assembly da ho awo muka European Union no muka assembly
yeah
enti surprisingly our President Trump oye the campaign no or can say oba Iran would never have nuclear but no be any intentions any agenda need the and to the quite as he said Hamas renewed clashes escalations with Israel no and omu started say omu pushy the agenda on Iran say on submit it but meanwhile Iran say any forces will chrome her aye into a program no munim de akoso overnight I will be any makwan Israel for trigger say Israel trigger no who take the first speech of the president of Trump of America or say Israel on the right so defending home on the right so taking care of Bibiana it's seen say a threat to Israel but American can home American mem owie no the same person aka say name say etu na Israel abetutu ato abekunkum generals no say Iran your mistake no retaliate dia American BTS from what does it mean?
Now say what take size
what di ka wie dida and I will share the extent of the intelligence course our operation Israel for kwandimi. It is not possible. The Israeli Mossad, yes, they are the one of the fastest in the world, smartest in the world. Yeah, Oma infiltrate already Iran, Omo. And Iran for suspicion say, Ebia IAEA for no, International Atomic Agency for no, Omo call for, and Omo ebae, Omo you see Israelis nebae as a decoy, and the team ma Omo because all the bombardments in Israeli precision. Okay. Because we should be generals one after the another, Republican Guard, the National Republic, the head of security, and if you near mom destroy day one. Then President Trump said, no, Mama will 2 weeks. Mon comply, and then Bimla no must comply because they're already having discussion with the European Union, which American can't want to comply and say anything. Only an agent said, okay, 2 weeks I want to be me comply obey say. Afenu obisu sabi usu kura weapons kakanya to tutu ba. Also started say omso gidigidi. Then that one in the resuscitate America anger. But the world was expecting CBA President Trump, the American system, Obeko Congress to seek blessings from Congress or Kokon. But already na Congress because it's the American system. But the same American system, no say Mahuan Kwan say, oh yeah, President of United States of America or executive order on chain to go to Congress. In Tisania man or yeah the time a Congress upon. Yes. Majority has it. The same thing Obama okukum Osama bin Laden anajo. They do it outside the range of Congress. In the emergency session,
as a one majority of parliament.
What you say?
Mapono, and I don't know.
Nature say, or take a decision, no, and Americans also they could join here or no ama situation, no.
Indeed, say Americano, they say Iran no on Timini America sonko.
There be on Timmy.
One day were form.
One day no ever form in two things. Yes. And one day also so here. support
yes
allies but the allies ni nyinaa no American force who me lunatic governments no Russia, China, Cuba, Nicaragua, Pakistan, Iran no ankasa
yes
and your friends say North Korea, Cambodia and side governments no so lunatic they will not. Russia for instance already no or one on hand are dealing
on a ifo
and Russia soon him say or with the same powers of fighting materials, equipment, logistics, arms and ammunition, race, you know, on the American forum.
Yes.
And so I'm against on the American eco racer. Like I said, destroy me, let me destroy you. But then Russia so I dream me said, United States move so or say friends of America.
Okay.
Either we are with us or you are not.
Okay.
Like you saw the pressure back to Europeans and so.
Yes. Or
the pressure to Europeans in so. UK Odimika Beko. No matter how UK will condemn Americans' actions, say Basse a bad fight, say Iran, Ayan so American air fighter, UK Beko.
US
of course, Spain Beko.
Yeah, Germany.
Italy Beko. Germany co humanitarian on tutu. Holland co humanitarian on tutu.
Okay.
Switzerland obedi American chair on tutu.
Okay.
Poland odi American chair on tutu. Wow. Red Cross nations and I said Denmark, Scandinavia, they go. Ombediachi as friends say be two American but because they can world war no fi say na a friend say Hitler wipe or person wipe the whole Europe no American for and American UK ni France timi de gi to obi afi say we are friends of the United States America ko kan ntoka or ko kan bi Iraq onu kwa na kwa emu ye den no na UK ko ka ho emu ye den no or call for the allies either you are with us or you are not Italy nyina akokun bi the same thing occur in Afghanistan nti we no woka say Iran say or TS so no obi ko all these countries in be ko ho one obey stress and you one two superpower in the air America say form na ko mo ko ntokwa no say army on the street there ontimi Iran ko because US Marine no they are not trained that much so obeko omiye recovery but before so may recovery no are making sure say the air force now create the power the firepower no what destroy majority say or breaking o military bibia wa jam systems into marine no betimako a make headway and the background fight na France for no betimako bro America and the UK for no betimako bro America but America no on here ground fight because on find so jani back kra embassy form into another the concentration in your air a house na hode no because the modern day fighting a technology yanko form and now onyama no American folk sophisticated jammers no Israel for is the best technological for defense equipment no omi ahead of every country in the world and before say even Kromba call Iran no a jam ni radar the defense system nyina no a jam no enti no timi call mo airspace pie kwa back to back here the oye no what about America they are 2-3 times than the friends Israelis and the sanity there Iran better so yebi enti on say all tutu America tutu no on the Israel no concentrate because one on my America and American force who said enye true say Iran our weapon obetim dey do United States name of the weapon 1,500 miles obetim do Israel with coordinated
so who knows our head seen
in the sanity there American forces so edom vessels akọ peninsula mu a intercept omo de drones in there it is amazing say now Oman underestimated the kind of drones and the number of drones that Iran fire they have so much but in the Israeli interceptors no enye omkwa de American for there no I want peninsula Gulf no and the yes and before say Iran be na agency opagano no man intercept yes e be land because so to 5 far interceptors in betima catch be 3 be a 2 be e be land and a 2 no land no omo try say ombe blown away say enko the public space and that is what actually is going on but America and Israel me can say and tokwane a political and then tokwane a historical at the hodida name of the most important thing is in the business aspect of it and tokwane a business a business United States a business meaning say in tuna omuto ICBM any the powerful papa any American government na yes and tune a company individual company in the produce. So individual company say ntokwa maya.
Onyeska.
Omutuo no. Ebi apale 8 years, 10 years ntokwa bi ama. And these are technologists. These are engineers. These are high proficient people. Na juma no bi etua ne ka be $50,000 a month for 5 years. And one so your production. Papa na etua se yanwe. Bombs ne yanwe. ICBM yanwe. Mbajo dey say. Any jet fighters ni nyina no, enye jet fighters a individual company mi na ye na ton ma wo mu. Until all this is fuse it. E mani e fuse. Yeah. And the fuel and tokwa ne kire say your uncofo so so broke. Your brokers of those weapons. And to also be so say man Charlie Momanenko. You are looking at the business side of the fight. Yeah. You are looking at the historical side of the fight and then the political side of the fight. There be a 20 there. This is not the first time. And American ankasa with that Israel no. Oni Iran enya exchanges. Our Gulf no Yemen ho. Time na Yemenis rebels Houthis for no ekoto to etuo ene etutu tuo bo USS Code 1 our Yemen Gulf ni mo ho no na America also responded here eko Iran o ma yes man exchange but that was an enlightened note and called bigger escalation. George Bush time e BC here even Obama kra no kakres na there was espionage action say Iranian e yaba eyimu amount to two kotie machines ni bi gu ho but eno anya bigger but this one there the scale near big because a man for so ebenyeska. Yes. Omo benyeska companies are use weapons. Drones now cost one drone. They cost be 1 million, 2 million, $3 million. And your war Barisa Moses may be cost 2 billion. America the a B-22 bomber mono 30,000 pounds machine. And we could just assassinate so. 30,000 pounds bomber no. We say a say. A one a year. And why dear? One who scan echo. Machines echo at $2 billion, one bomb. Yes. Echo $2 billion, so much to 7. Say no 14 billion. And do Jesus own our company no abeman to connect. As obi oye fundaka no. Bacho. Onko no pa no mesi umtrase. No ma bompaye. But no amu so te sel ma mewu anu osu.
O bompaye say market mra o ma me.
Onko no pa o you do you friends amochi road wa. So musa no mo bompaye but when one said daughter and farmer adaka no okofa ni part 2 what they say but on no adaka no your friend say we ma me awakura no atwi ni so na bompaye na abon man end your at the enti world order is a politics, is a business and your friends a historical religion. Okay. Should be say identity United Nations General Assembly. There were emergency sitting, Security Council. So there were UN criticize it, UK Kabi. Why now see where you want troop? UN team mobilize it. UN team for troops. UN team for say Yemen nipanko Israel. Na onko stop the fight even with Israel and the Palestine. UN wahin for Palestine, Israel for more than 60 to 70,000 within about 6-7 months, 8 months campaign. UN teaming for soldiers in Koho. UN for crown missions in our honor. Oma Pamo Mama free ho. And Untino, Sir America walk away from the UN discussion table as a unilateral decision. Or no Kwan Israel na yo my dear. France and Kasai or Kasa or say Oma escalation on conform, but on Kasu Munyai. Okay. You can say, young go on the diplomatic table, one Kasu Munyan to corner. Japan, on any country, or Asia, or taught Iran oil more than any other country. No. But on no crown, or say America has the right to defend themselves over what? Over what? But we are young peaceful solution. How do so you find peace? So far as a Turkey for the Nana, Mekaya Thomasum Kakra. What's it saying?
Turkey for the no, or say, Turkey is deeply concerned about the possible consequences of the U.S. attack on Iran's nuclear facilities, which risk escalating the conflict to a global level. We call on all relevant parties to act responsibly, to immediately cease mutual attacks, and to refrain from steps that could lead to further loss of life and destruction.
Okay, so I know you're friendly diplomatic language. Obeka. But whether say Turkey Beka say also a big size of army.
Yeah.
And also ben Persia ho. But the area countries in the Persian Gulf and also the Persian Peninsula no. Say Uzbekistan ho.
Yeah.
Tajikistan ho. Turkmenistan ho. Afghanistan ho. Azerbaijan ho. Armenia ho. And Sana waba the side the edge of Syria.
Yeah.
Countries in our region no. Emu hwan en waka say okwa support Iran. Even if not anything the Persian for so ndom ye nipa ba obi amo ano and now countries that ka say nyina attack him nyina no obi anu obeboa because say obi aso mpeso ne America benya direct confrontation
the America na be world superpower
and yes anya wa be wa ye no ho because after the 1945 war world war no only the collective the world and Odumba United Nations General Assembly, 6th and 7th Avenue of America. And was say, Yamra Hania Majunjia.
Okay.
So cleverly, no, or no, and a year recovery, I do Munina buy. Because at that time, one says Second World War, an American on count directly, non conquer, baby, or 1 Europe.
Yes.
But a Coba say Hitler, Etima move or move walk or London, or wipe the whole Europe, and the ma British for co-involved. Yeah. United States. Omko provoku omumani here to say the German Hitler no omu na sadia and American for trigger ombai. And when they came down and then they bet ma America on France and your friends the UK it Berlin. Okay. Esi hwa omu base all over Germany omu sovereignty America ne there. Ono na ye ho say okay. And so go be wiase no superpower and no the man who superpower say me na me best and na me so a wiase war no ba wie and nyansa no doso and don't forget say ampa a multiracial nation and the ideas na go into the American development in terms of technology no eso and no my niama mebrebe and na wo ma so no kwa mebrebe ma fa so de anya omusika. And the money is there, the population is there. Okay. They're going to be nim. The talk about First World War, the Second World War. And in America, making sure that whilst Europe and other countries in no more wrestling, now America develop race of weaponry, race set in the future of any defense. To look at superpower now. And yes, it can someone kwa. Why you say, oh yeah, maybe ababo. Yeah. And intina only Russia. Ubia sure ni yonko. And this is talk about engage Russia, Ukraine, Russia, US, and no now because a global, but rather no Israel, Iran, and no a friend a regional war. And there can be an escalation to be a world war. It is not possible. It cannot be a world war. It will be contained within the same region. Because this is not the first time. ABSC is contained within the original war. And be a anchor because Obin Timu Goga said Iran and America now or support Iran Tino. Say Togo as support to America there. Ghana was mini Togo Koko. It will not get to that. It was in the Second World War. And I know yes sir. They were doing that because now there were a lot of countries and land protected areas, you know. But now no, there is no even any law. Obi in population here 3,000 narrow alarm 5,000 home in a country or on the water boundaries. Until then our Babako. Ghana independence over 68 years. Britain team fan say me is not possible. And where is the world war? I get you. So there cannot be a world war, but a regional war. Oman na di yomu business. All right.
Okay.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na eka say adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankanga for am wabrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya tilers anasa building constructors fashion designers chese auto mechanic bia wo pese wo di say dwuma bia ma no obekọ ye app no so na wa download adwumapa on demand service ayesa so abekọ www.adwumapa on demand service eno so bekọ ko hu edwumadi edi nyina ni trimopo nyina ne se ye boawo ema wokɔkɔfo obi ana wodi dwuma bi a nipa a wokɔkɔfa no esansa wonim na kyira kwan bia anti no to bi kura nipa na gisika wie open here na hu no adwuma pa on demand fo aba ama sa ha nyina afiri hɔ esansa obi bia ya de be ma wo so woni dwuma bia ma no ya ye background checks ehu se nipa yi onim ne wo ye enye kwanchen trefa ni bia wonim de wo ye ene ye fa no edna ma wo na ni gisamba ko omu no se onipa bia de be ma wo a odi be di dwuma bia no sebe eba krono sem anase si ebu afa so pa dia enya de besi na wanso san nim se sabe ko soja mumpo a ye wo military police ono so soja ni ochi soja ni eno me kire mu se eye adwuma pa on demand for no ye san so supervisors a abre nyina no omko rounds eko check se adwuma na nipa no de beda ye no sa pepepe ene ye no na se adwuma pa on demand de omama adwuma no aye simple se bibi ni ena onte ase ampacho no wafa numbers no aye gusuo no no wafre